Hi, this is Shay with Trucks to Sales here today looking at these 2020 Peterbilt 567 4-axle dump trucks. This is set up the Super Tag style here. Actually got two of them right here with the lift axle in the back. That is a non-steerable, even though the rim's facing that way. It is a non-steerable axle. You really don't need a steerable back there. It doesn't do much just because it just barely turns when you're turning corners and stuff like that. So having the straight one, you just don't have to think about when you're backing up and stuff like that, backing up to asphalt paving machines. Sometimes it's good to have it down. Got a lot of features on these. We got 4 of these chassis in stock. They just came in as of June 2019. We just got 4 more of these on the ground, and these are all spec'd with PX9s, Allison autos, just super lightweight spec. These trucks weigh about 23,000 pounds. So just gonna walk around, talk about these, talk about some of the options available, and let you check out some really nice fresh Pete's we just got done here. So these have the 20,000 pound front axle, 40,000 pound rears with a 13.2 non-steerable lift axle. So that's kind of the setup. We do Hendrickson Hallmax suspension on there, just so it's harder to tip over mainly. So you're not having to worry about dropping airbags every time you dump. These suspensions do better off-road. That is the lightest walking beam suspension. You can see right here. Here's the other one. And then these trucks, we order them with a frame and a half. So you can see the frame sleeve comes right past that front hoist base. Just because there's a little more twisting that happens right there from that hoist base forward. So we ordered the double frame there, but not on the whole truck. So you can see we got the 1/4 inch, it's like a frame insert is really what it's called. And then the 3/8 frame for the rest of the truck. So we do this for weight savings on these. So like I said, this whole truck with our sand and gravel dump body, kind of our mid-grade one with 3/16 floor, 1/8 inch walls of the Hardox 450. As you can see right there, these weigh just about 23,000 pounds. So we just got everything spec'd to save weight, maximize payload on these chassis. They do have air ride cab, as you can see there. On these ones, we went with the steel hydraulic tanks. Go ahead and walk over to the other one. You can see it lines up with the ladder. So we also have plastic hydraulic tanks, as well as aluminum hydraulic tanks we can put behind the cab. This is just our standard ladder configuration. Still nice, super sturdy ladder, easy to get a hold of. You put your boot on there, you got plenty of support on this ladder, and you kind of climb up right there next to the tarp, which gets in the way. This one's rolled out a little bit, so it would actually roll down a little more. So, or we can do the front ladders, where you see some of these with the ladder mounted on the front. We can do a back ladder, we can do no ladder. So any possibilities on that, just let us know. And we order all these with the 100-gallon fuel tanks and the big DEF tank. So you're not having to put DEF in quite as often with the fuel tank right there under the door. Definitely a nice spec. Again, 20,000 pound front axle on these. With the 40 rears, we didn't do the 46 rears. It's just not necessary with this type of weight. Again, saving another few hundred pounds. So we're just trying to save weight everywhere we can. So these are the 40,000 pound rear ends on these. As you can see, we do have one chassis in stock with 46,000 pound rear ends and the 11-liter engine. So these ones we have set at 370 horsepower. Go ahead and pop the hood on them. And then you can see the little Allison 3000 in there. So this transmission weighs 200 pounds less than the Eaton Fuller 10-speed. So it's definitely a nice option as far as driving the truck. Just makes it super simple. When it's empty, it's like driving a diesel pickup truck around. So definitely super nice option. And that's, you know, a real automatic transmission, not a computer controlled manual. So it's just very hard for the employees to damage the transmission or the engine with these Allisons, the way they're set up. So this is the PX9 that's in these, set at 370 horsepower, as you can see. So any higher than 370, then they recommend a bigger Allison transmission. So that's why we got them set at the 370 horsepower, which is plenty to move 60,000 pounds all day, every day. This is the same engine as the Cummins L9. So if you look at a Cummins L9, which we have a video on that, comparing the two, they're basically identical engines. You can even see Cummins written right there on the turbo. So all these parts are Cummins parts. This engine weighs about 1,800 pounds less than the X15 big block. And then the MX-11 is probably 600-700 pounds less. We're actually doing some weights on that. You can look at our MX-11 video, and we're going to post some of the weights there. This is dual steering boxes, as you can see on this. We'll go ahead and jump in the cab here. Take a look at that. So we have the tan, gray, and black interior with keyless entry. So all of these chassis that we have keyless entry on these. Pretty basic package here. This one only has 18 miles on it. A few extra gauges there. We got the Allison controller down below. Axle lock, suspension raise, and PTO on these, and the mechanical dump body controls. We got a ton of dump body control options, so anything you could think of we could do that way. We got the black vinyl seats. We really like these vinyl seats, easy to clean, as well as hard to get dirty with that black color. You know, the cloth just seems to get tore up a little easier there. It says I have the little extra visor in the middle, LED lights on these, and these 2020 versions, the wiring harness in the cab is a little different than the 19s. So the gauges like connect to a little different wiring harness setup, and the switches as well. So there is actually a difference between the 2020s and the 2019s. So, and we got the CD player with Bluetooth compatible and the USB port for plugging in music as well. Climate control, temperature setted climate control. So just nice, comfortable setup. Make any driver happy. With these seats, got a little bit of a lumbar support as well, right there, as you can see. So yeah, definitely nice dump body, nice truck here. This is the 20-foot max lane dump body from Hall Lane Manufacturing. We got the high lift tailgate on this one and the trench gates as well. So this is Shay with Trucks of Sales. Thank you for viewing. Just let us know what we can turn these chassis into for you. We can make water trucks. We can shorten them up, make just short dump trucks. But the Allison Auto and the PX9 is an excellent combination for fuel efficiency, weight savings, and just overall maintenance costs and driver retention. Thanks for viewing. Please visit our website at www.trucksofsales for more information. Thank you.